This is the Donut SMP, one of the largest Minecraft SMPs out there. And on this SMP, money is everything. People who have a lot of it are worshipped, while people who don't have much, like this guy, are looked down upon. And as you can see, I'm at 29 million right now, and that is just not going to cut it, which is why I have made it my goal to get to 100 million as fast as possible. You may be wondering how I got to 29 million in the first place, and that is exactly what I am about to show you. I watched a lot of Donut SMP videos and looked at the pricing for a lot of different items, but I landed on using the common method of blowing up sand with TNT and selling it into orders. If you don't know what orders are, it's basically a grid where I can deliver items for pay. So somebody could request a shield for 10k each, and if I deliver those shields, I get 10k per shield that I deliver. And you can put any item for any price. And blowing up sand made me a few mil, but that's barely anything compared to the 29 mil that I have now. So how did I get that far? Let me explain the next step that I took. I saw this one Donut SMP video where this guy was selling concrete to orders. So I tried that, but I didn't make much money off it because the most that I saw it for was about 1k per concrete. So in the end, it wasn't the best money-making method that I tried. I ended up making a simple cow farm, but I didn't really make any money from that because somebody found my base and blew them all up. I saw this video for a better cow farm, so I tried that and I made 2 of them. And I had a lot of cows. It was actually going pretty well. But then I left for at most an hour, and when I came back, this is what I saw. It was completely griefed and destroyed. Like, there wasn't a single cow left, or any leather. They just blew the entire thing up. In between when I was breeding cows, I was enchanting gear, and that is where the real money came from. So I would enchant the gear, then I would sell it on auction for extremely inflated prices, and people still bought it. I thought back on the concrete method because I felt like there was some way that I could make money off it. And there was. It was the auction house. I had completely forgotten about it. So I looked at the prices for a stack, and it was about 150 to 170,000 per stack. And that's about 2,600 per block, over twice what I was getting before. But if it was so much higher here, then nobody would buy it, right? I wanted to see how much money they would buy it for, so I stuck it at 200,000, which is 3,125 per block. That is a lot of money. So I started mining and selling, and to my surprise, people actually bought it. And sometimes I would sell for 250k, which is an absolutely insane amount of money. And usually overnight people would buy it. But still, without massive orders, spending hours and hours mining concrete, I could not get to 100 million. I mean, I spent a while doing that, and I'm only at 29 million. But guess what? I did exactly that. I put in massive orders for gravel, sand, and gray dye. Now, I'm going to spend hours crafting and mining concrete to get to 100 million. Or so I thought, because my account got hacked and I wasn't able to play, which is explained more in one of my other videos. Luckily, right before I was locked out of it, I was able to transfer all of my money and stuff to my friend, so I wouldn't lose it all. As you can see, I'm back with a new account, and I only have an hour and a half of playing time. I have all of my materials for the concrete, so now it's time to get crafting. I still had a lot of sand and gravel left, but I ran out of gray dye. So I put in an order for gray dye at $100 per piece, which somehow is 30 times the second highest order. As you can see, people have filled my order for gray dye. So now I can finish crafting with these last few materials. Okay, I just finished crafting all of the concrete, and now I can get to mining. But before I do that, I realized on auction, gray dye is selling for about 150,000 a stack. And other than this one, gray dye is selling for about 170 each. So if I order a bunch and then sell it on the auction, I can make a bunch of extra money. And you may have noticed when I placed that other order, $3 per concrete was the highest. So maybe if I put it for just 20 or something, I could get a big profit. I'm putting in an order for 1,000 gray dye at just $25 each. So if this goes through, I'll be making a ton of money. Okay, so this is my setup. I know, right? It's pretty fancy. Okay, and now I'm getting my pickaxe. So everything is ready, and I can start mining. Okay, I finished mining one shulker box of concrete. Now it's time to auction this all off. It's perfect. The lowest for a stack of gray concrete is 200,000. So I'm going to sell mine at 199,000. This is probably a good time to inform you about a huge opportunity for you. I have recently started a Discord server where all of my subscribers can come, hang out, and talk together. You have a chance to be in one of my videos. All you have to do is be active in my chat and talk in the Discord, and I might choose you to be the next person to join in a video with me. Okay, I just auctioned off everything that I can. People are already buying, so it's just a matter of time until it's all sold. So when I logged on the next day, all of the concrete had been bought. So I decided to mine another shulker of concrete. And with the power of editing, all of this concrete powder is going to turn into concrete in just 1 second. And now that I had that finished, it was time to start auctioning it off. After looking at gray concrete on the auction, I decided to sell it for 200,000 a stack. After I finished that, I remembered the order that I put in for gray dye, so I went to check if anybody had filled it out, and unsurprisingly, they had not. But that's okay, because I still have more time. I got bored from mining concrete, so I did some duels. I did about 4 duels, and everybody was wearing full diamond, but I won most of them within like 30 seconds. And I got some stuff, and now I'm trying to auction it off, so hopefully people buy them, and I can make some money. But obviously I can't do all this concrete mining with this entire inventory of stuff. And I don't want to leave these shulkers for very long, because I don't want somebody to steal the concrete. So I guess now I have to do duels until I lose, and lose all of this stuff. Hopefully, I don't die immediately. It was time for the duel, and I officially had to lock in. Well, maybe not for this one, because the guy was in chainmail. But for the next one, I would have to. And then, with the one guy who had trims, I blew up all of his loot. And then, there was another guy in chainmail. Like, who does he think he is? He's not going to beat me when I have diamond armor. Then there was this guy who requested a draw because I had a 100% win rate because I was on my new account. Obviously, I wasn't going to do that. But then this happened. Like, why did I even do that? I had to have been the stupidest person on earth to do something like that. Like, he's terrible. How did he win? I guess now it's concrete mining time. But I realized the hack. If I watch YouTube while mining concrete, it's a lot less boring.
1 hour later.
This is so boring. And yet, I have to keep going. I logged on a while later to realize something. We are almost halfway to 100 million. We are at 94.1 mil right now. And I noticed something else too. This looks a lot different. And as you can see, /shop is not a thing. Plus, I have a lot less room to sell concrete. It's just going to make it that much harder to get to my goal of 100 million. And look at that. We're almost there. Just $500,000 away from being halfway there. Also, ignore this name. I don't know why this random guy started following me. He's probably like a bot or something. I realized I didn't have enough concrete to make it all the way to 100 million. So I put in some new orders for more concrete materials. That might not get me to 100 million, but orders for sand and gravel get filled out really quickly. As you can see, most of the gray concrete has been bought, which means I can sell mine for incredibly inflated prices, and people are still going to buy them. I put this at 300K, and 3 of them have already been bought. Then I came up with a monumental idea that would change everything. My idea was to mine more concrete. As you can tell, I've been auctioning off a lot of concrete, which is why we are really close to 100 million. So I have all of this concrete auctioned off, and hopefully when I come back in the morning, it'll all be bought and I'll be super close to 100 million. So here I am, and I am close, just $1.1 million away from reaching my goal. So I'm auctioning all of this off, and when I come back, I should be at 100 million. Okay, so I'm about to log on to Donut SMP to see if I've gotten to 100 million. I did it. Oh my god. I did it. Look at that. 100 million. It's finally done. All of that hard work, all of that effort has finally paid off, and we're finally at 100 million. People are going to turn their heads to see me at 100 million. I am no longer the lowly peasant I was before. I'm at a new level. The level of rich people. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.